and welcome to another carpy episode. Now, I hope you're all well, first of all. Don't worry, I haven't got a cold or anything. I had my annual mates Christmas celebration over the weekend and I've actually got today off, and I plan to have a day off for the next 2 days to coincide with my 1 day off I have a week. During the week I have Sundays off. Anyway, but my boss, he's got a shoot and he said have this day off, and generally that's when he's on his own, and I don't like leaving him on his own, but I was like, do you know what, after the weekend that I've just had, it was really good. And I know some of you guys watch my videos, and what a great night that was, right? That was incredible. For everyone else, I'm just so blessed at my age to have such a good group of mates, and mostly from school. There's a few additions like from my mates' football club, and they all just enhance the group really. I'm just so lucky. British Boyo, who I've recommended before, if you like your travel and food, go and have a look. Unfortunately, he's not here this year, which, you know, it's nice to have him back at Christmas. But I get that he's going on an adventure, which is cool, and I'm sure it won't be long till I see it. So carpy session today. You may have seen the last session for all you multi-species subscribers, catching my first Zander, and what a challenge that was at first, but ended up in absolute bliss. And if you enjoyed that video, I'm itching to get back down there. I did debate whether to go and do that instead of this, and I'll be honest with you, because for all you guys that watch me religiously, you know I've turned up here, you know, from a Friday session, work, and then straight here. And I kind of did plan to do 2 nights and make it a, you know, a longer session. But I woke up eventually on the Sunday and I thought, do you know what, I just want to chill out actually. Like, I think it's good to push yourself, and you've got to have resilience, and you've got to have these good qualities, but do you know what? We don't do things by halves, me and our mates. A lot of you youngsters watching this might go out and hold a drink for 3 hours. And no disrespect if that's you, because you probably feel a bit fresher than me even now. And trust me, when you start getting to my age, whew, it soon catches up on you. But we don't do things by halves, literally. But what a great night. Have a little sneak peek. This is how it all started. And I hope, lads, that you don't mind me sharing your face on my YouTube channel, but yeah, incredible. I won't share too many videos though, because some are probably a little bit questionable, but do you know what I mean? We all have jokes. But anyway, you've not come here to have an insight of my social life. We're here to catch carp. So conditions, as you can probably see, hopefully out the window, overcast. We've had a good amount of wind. It's not going to drop below 10 degrees. Pressure is 1008, which is prime optimal carp feeding conditions, and it'll actually dip now. It's dipping at the moment, go to about 1006, and then come up about 2 in the afternoon. So at the time of recording this, it's 10 o'clock. I thought I'd have a leisurely time, getting my stuff together. No rush. It's always a rush for me. Get home, get the stuff in, go. I just chilled. Feel very zen after my night out, I must admit. It's so needed. And I think, I'm not 100%, but I think there's probably 2 anglers at most on the lake, which is like, yes. And I drove past and have a look at the swim that I want to get on again. And I'm like, yeah, baby. Do you know what I've got? And there's no way of me proving that I've recorded this first, so some of you will probably go, yeah. And I did say it last time, although on my last carpy session, that you've probably seen just posted as well at some point, I had one, and I'm having one in a less than 24-hour session at the moment. And for winter, it doesn't feel like winter out there, it feels like mid-autumn, but for winter, that's not bad going, is it? But I've just got this really incredible feeling like this. I went to bed with it and I woke up with it. And again, for all you guys that watch these videos religiously and don't skip over me babbling on all the time, I am in the late 30s club now. Oh, just late 30s. Well, 38 in France, but 36 British. There's a very few 40s in there. I've just got this feeling it's going to be this session. And I've got this feeling that I'm going to have a session that likened to the summer sessions, you know, multiple bites. Just got this feeling. And if I don't, because I'm not going to edit this out even if it's crap, do you know what I mean? I'll hold my hands up and say, yeah, got egg on my face. But I don't know, I just got this really great feeling. It's usually when I haven't had much sleep that I'm kept up all night. It's probably the universe going, oh, you burn your candle, mate. A lot of you probably think I'm an absolute whack job. But anyway, I'm going to have a quick look. There's no point me looking around the lake. You don't see many shows this time of year generally anyway. I'm not someone who would stand there looking for shows, especially this time of year, for hours. I know them fish are pushing around still, and I'm happy to give them something good out there and sit and wait, to be honest. I think with this lake and probably a lot of other lakes, you get a bite and fish move off most of the time, but they know the bait's there and they'll come back. When it's good, I've noticed, it's probably every 6 hours, bite. I've had it before where it's like every 3 hours when it's bang on. I've had it before when I've had 4 before it's even dark, back in late summer, which that was incredible, but the conditions were absolutely bang on. It was like the sea out there, which a lot of people will probably think, oh, I'm not going to be comfortable on the bank if it's really windy and this, that, and FSU. I'm not criticising, but you're missing a trick. That wind is going to put so much oxygen in, and if it's a nice warm wind, even better. It's going to push them fish around, in my opinion. Maybe not for the fish to follow it, which I think they do to a degree sometimes, but just the oxygen that's enriched in the water is going to make them fish just push around. Anyway, I probably look pretty fucked, but let's go and have some carp, shall we? Yeah, let's do it.
Watch out then. Where's the other one? Oh. Nearly killed the owner's chicken. That wouldn't be good. Jeez, yeah. Says it all the time. I need to work out. That's bad. Okay guys and girls, so let's have it. So very confident on this session. Rods have been out a few hours now. You can see it's starting to get dark. It don't take much for this time yet for it to start to get dark anyway. It's bloody dark most of the day. All joking aside, 3 on the spot as usual. The left bobbin you'll notice is tight because I found a nice patch of weed on this spot. So I fished that one, dinked over, and the other 2 are the same distance but to the right of it. So I wanted to fish that slack. There's no weed to get that, you know, that nice tight line over. So just with every carp fishing session, but especially in winter in clear water, you just got to be as camo as you can, I believe anyway. Different tactics to the summer, as we all probably do anyway. So but I don't want to go into it too far in this video. Keep your eye out on the carp campaign for this winter, because it probably next session, I did say it in the video, I will share it next session if it's a good one. I'll share, you know, my tactics and bait in a bit more detail. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I want to keep showing you these carp all the way throughout the winter. So let's get back to the session at hand, and will it be as good as I felt? Let's have a look. Okay then guys, well, that didn't take long at all. So I reckon my rods were out at midday, nothing throughout the light, but dusk I thought, I feel like something's going to happen soon. And it literally is only about 5:30 now, even though it's pitch dark, but hey, that's winter for you, right? And just quickly zero the scales. First I thought this was a good fish. I mean, I'm not half wrong, but then I thought it's going to beat me up now because it's been in the retain for 10 minutes. But then I thought, I don't think it is. because I looked at the mouth, and the one I had off this swim, well, back in late autumn, had a bit of a funny mouth. This one hasn't, so it's a new fish for me. So I'm buzzing. Not so buzzing that there's some brambles there and I just absolutely grabbed it. Very well. Let's make sure these scales are zeroed nicely. Well behaved on the mat, literally in the net. It was soaking me. It was everywhere. Let's get that right back. Beautiful. And let's give her a quick weigh first of all. Didn't really position this very well. That's it, girl. Continue to be well behaved. Oh, this is a chunky monkey, this one. Whew. This is... I really should have picked a different spot. Oh well, I'm dedicated now. Oh. This should be a 30, this one. It's got such a belly on it. So over the moon. Literally over the moon. I did start to think, as I hadn't had a bite all day, was I a bit optimistic in the car? But oh well, let's have a look. Try not to take the mat with me, because obviously the swans are on my lines again. 29.8, so not quite £30. But I'll take that. I'll take that as a start. As I said, as a start, I feel like this is going to be a good session. And to have one this early on, if I get another fish I ain't standing here, is brilliant, really. Oh, chunky monkey. Oh, I could get her behave. Look at that for a start. Lovely. Wintertime carp fishing. No bugger else on this pit. 3 rods on the spot. And bangers like that. Who could moan about that, hey? Absolute mint condition as they all are in here. Just over the moon. I can't believe that's only 29.8, but oh well. What a cracking piece of fish that is. Nick and a quarter, boys, saying. Should we have a look at the other side then? Yeah, there's the other side. What say you? What's your favourite side? I'm going to have a proper look at the photos afterwards. Look at that for a cracking bit of fish then. Woo. Not very good in all the pond scum, but because the wind's blowing this way, she's ready already. Look, just look at that one last look. Still can't believe it's only 29. Oh, let's give a bit more than that. But hey ho, very grateful. You're getting stuck, mate. The world's most awkward release. There we go. Shame about that pond scum. Nothing I can really do, it's all blowing in here, so. Oh well. Get in. Bit of wintertime carp fishing. What a start. Oh. Well, what a start. 2 more to go, and then my thoughts and my manifestations will have come true. I'm going to enjoy this. Anyone knows who that is? And that's anyone know that episode and what that's all about? Pop it in the comments, guys. My old mucker who I live with got me this. Thanks, mate. It's probably on par to the good things come to those who bait. It's not quite fishing, but makes me laugh. Such a funny guy, that guy. Well, my mate and this guy in this cup. But going back to the actual fishing, thought I'd just treat myself to a hot chocolate, because my gas is actually lower than what I realised, and I obviously want to make sure that I can at least have something to eat in the morning and at lunch. So yeah, we're now about 6:30. I actually ended up casting all 3 rods because that wiped me out a little bit of fish. I'm actually fishing quite tight, probably on the verge of Tom Maker tight. Usually I don't fish that tight here, but yeah, really grateful for that fish. What a cracking fish. It's probably one of my favourites now, looking at the pictures. Scale patterns on that. I'm yet to have a true linear. The last fish, or the last few fish I had, it's close to a linear. You'd probably class it as a linear, but you know, a zip linear is probably what I was meant to say there. You know, just one row of scales, and there's 1 or 2 in here, along with a fully scaled mirror, which is again 1 or 2 in here. So we've had the ghosty out earlier in the year. Have a look at that fish if you haven't seen that. It's worth just looking through my videos. You'll see it on the thumbnail. Cracking ghosty that is, and apparently there's only 1 reported in here. So again, that was like, I don't know if that was that 29.8? It was 29 something. That weren't quite 30. Be nice to see that fish again. But my favourite fish so far, and again, go back, I think it's when I had 4 or 5 fish in short succession. That was cracking. It was only like 22, I think. But the scale, the difference, the variance of scales to starburst scales. And funny enough, I had 2 fish like that session. I've not had another starburst scale fish in here today, but love to see that fish. I don't know why, just for me, it's perfect shape, 2-tone, scale patterns, starburst, boom. But anyway, 2 more fish to get, and I'll be packing up here probably around 3 o'clock. I want to beat that rush hour traffic, and by the looks of it, day bites might not be the one. Just funny how it was dusk. I literally stopped recording. You see me record all the way up, literally about half an hour. Literally got into my bed chair, got my shoes off, got in the bed chair, and the swans had been pissing about most of the time. So I was like, oh, here we go again, swans. And then it just zipped off, you know, like absolutely flew up the lake. But yeah, to displace my rods, I probably could have left them, thinking about it, but I just don't want to risk it. Gone are the days I used to think that'll do. I do not do that. If I'm not happy with a cast, I do it again. Do you know what I mean? I don't care if it takes me 7 times. If I'm not happy with anything, I don't do it. The last thing, one bit of advice to anyone who used to be like me, is you want to be on this bed chair for the hours probably that you have to wait and think, is that, and I've done that so many times, but I don't do it anymore. I'm like, no, I want to be sitting here knowing that all 3 of them rods are absolutely how I want them, or as good as. It's a bit trickier in the dark, obviously. But yeah, a little bit of advice to all you bud and carp anglers. If you ever think that'll do, I never used to look for spots, but I do now and everything, and I think that all just plays a huge part in your fishing. So did I put any more bait out? Yes, I put 3 more spoms. As I said to myself, what I was going to do is every bite put 3 spoms over the top. The likelihood is, so the baits that I'm using, and I'm going to give it 1 more session before I let you know what I'm using. It's different to what I've been using in the summer. Just want 1 more session, and if that is, I'll share it all with you. But I just want to make sure, do you know what I mean, that it definitely is giving me the edge, because I want to share it with you guys. But anyway, the baits that I'm using are not going to be as filling to the carp, let's say, and a lot of it will probably be wiped out by the silverfish anyway. So realistically, I'm probably only fishing 1/3 of what I'm spomming. So I started off with 8, which might seem a bit much for people in the winter, but 3 rods over the top, only bait source going in, lots of roach in here, well, not lots, but enough, and a lot of my bait is really fine anyway. A lot of it is liquid orientated. I just want the water columns to be flavoursome. I'm not too worried about on the deck, because my baits will be there, and let's face it, singles work this time of year and spring, don't they? So, you know, all I worry about is this deep water, is getting some flavour in that water column. And I think, well, thankfully, it looks like it's done the trick. But like I say, I'll release it on the next video, so it helps you if you're crazy enough like I am. If you're not, just think about it a second. And I said this in the last video, get yourself some Navitas gear. Like, I could literally probably take this off for a good hour now. It's 10 degrees, it's not going to get any colder, it's a south wind, it's lighting down, I feel warm, and I'm the only fucker on here. Like, just think about that. If you're see, there's for and against if you're fishing a lake with no one else on it. Some people say you're the only pressure in the lake, so the fish will move off. But if I'm the only bait source going in, and if it hasn't been fished very heavily over the last week, for instance, well, that's going to do. If the fish is still on it, you've got a nice low pressure system like this. I'm going to say, my friend, not to belittle myself, I better just keep drinking this, hold on. Not to belittle myself, because I am a fairly decent angler, I'm not saying that big-headedly. Carp angling's always been a thorn in my side. Never quite felt the way I have about it this year. But that's literally because I've gone week in, week out, and I've just refined my approach on everything. Do you know what I mean? I'm so grateful that I've took the time and had the ability to come like I have. You know, I've put other areas of life on hold, like getting a full-time girlfriend and stuff, but if the 6-hour rule applies, I expect another bite around 11 o'clock. If they're going to be really on it for a little while, I expect a bite in about 2 hours. Judging by the other sessions that I've had done really well on. All in all, it could be just another single fish night, but to have it this early into darkness, because the shows have all started around 11 in the past. I haven't heard a show, I mean, I haven't seen any, I haven't really been religiously watching the water, but they don't sound to me like they're showing out there. So there you go, don't always go for shows. It's not always the be all and end all. But like I say, 3 I think this session. And although I could do with some sleep, I could do with getting 2 more fish. Make this a really good video for you all. Anyway, let's see what happens. At 12:15 at night, I was sound asleep. I've got a chunk alert. Chunk alert, chunk alert. Don't look too bad either, does it? Wipe my 2 other rods out. Let's have a look. Right then guys, 12:30, I was fast asleep and this whizzed off. Not as big I don't think. Wiped out one of my rods. And I've just saw the spookiest thing as well, which I haven't seen before, which just given me a bit of a heebie-jeebies. Anyway, let's get away first. Not quite as big, but not far off, 27.4. Let's have a look. Cracking bit of fish again. There you go, 27.4. So a couple of pounds smaller than the last, but just as beautiful. And way more lively. Okay, there's the upper side. Look at that for a fish. Beautiful, very nice indeed. That was fun getting them all untangled, and then I'll tell you what I saw, which I haven't seen before when I'm fishing. So I'm a little bit tripped out at the moment. But yeah, what a beautiful fish. Thank you so much. Let's get it back and see whether that third fish is not too far away. Right, another stunning December mirror carp. Look at that, almost 2-tone. Beautiful, lovely scales. So 2 banging late 20s this session. Can we make it 3? Doesn't want to leave me, look. Thank you so much, girl. Okay guys, another cracking fish that, just one to go. I just wanted to share with you the sort of spooky moment that I just had really. So, playing that fish, got it in the net, and I look up on the bank along here and I'm like, just glowing. Loads of sets of eyes like this, and not herbivore eyes, if you know your animals. Every little thing now I'm jumping. What a pussy, man. It's just because I know I'm here on my own. Do you know what I mean? And it's a bit like, oh. But yeah, not herbivore eyes are on the sides, eyes like this, and that's generally carnivores. Carnivores, if eyes are like this at you, yeah, probably 5 sets I reckon in total. And I've not seen that before, so I'm thinking fox, but they're literally getting closer to me, fucking working their way to me, and I'm like, fucking hell. I think they're just feral cats. Now I'm one of these weird believers, and I have seen a lynx. I'm like, I don't want to sound crazy. I know what a lynx looks like. It's driving to Shingle Street, get to a bend, and these two eyes just come up, and they're quite far apart. These are like this, so I think they're feral cats, but these were like this, and it gets up, just bold as day, at night. I slowed right down, just turns round and goes into the field. That was big. That was probably the height of an Alsatian, and I was like, so. And also, a session or two ago, it sounded like a big cat roar here. So I'm obviously just putting 2 and 2 together, making 5. It's probably a big deer, like a red deer, rutting or barking or whatever they're doing. But yeah, and then I'm playing that fish. I get it in, sort everything out, walk back up here, and one of them coming in near my bivvy and just jetted. I'm like, fuck, what the fuck is it? But I think they're gone now. If they haven't, and I get killed, which would be totally ironic. So maybe at my funeral, if you come across this, isn't it ironic? That would be a good song to walk me out to, with my very ripped apart body, if there's anything left. Anyway, yeah, come back to the fish. I'm really pleased we've got 2 now, 2 cracking fish, beautiful mirrors. I'm surprised that was only £2 smaller than the other one, but yeah, is what it is. The other one felt a bit heavier, £2 heavier actually. Fuck my vape as well, dropped that in the water. Love these hoodies, but Navitas, if you watch this, not so keen on how you've made these pockets, guys. I think that could do us some thought, because no end do I put my phone in here mistakenly, no end do I drop it, and I'm an addict when it comes to nicotine, unfortunately, and I've obviously put it in my pocket, leant down to sort the fish out, and it's fell in the drink. So that's going to be a bit of a bugger. Bit of a bugger, isn't it? Anyway, mozzies everywhere. Don't know what's going on. Near Christmas, we're getting mozzies. Just so you know, it is cold. It is December. I'm not fibbing you. Yeah. Let's hope we get another one. We're nearly there. I knew this was going to be a good session when you've got a feeling. And to get 2 is way more than the previous winter sessions so far. So, really happy with that. Yeah. If I'm still here in the morning, hopefully I'll be seeing you with another fish in the net. Guys, I'm going to see if I can get these on camera. I thought they'd gone, but they haven't. I can get the eyes at least. Let's see if they're still about. There it is. See the eyes? Yeah, you can see the eyes. Ooh. Cat's eyes. Tell you what, let's see if we can feed him outside the bivvy. Gotta be just feral cats, surely. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking 2 things. Am I brown bread? And did I get carp number 3? Well, no to both. So, gonna have to wait till next session. And next session, I've got a new vape, so I'll stay longer. I did end up leaving at like 11 o'clock. I just needed some more nicotine, and it was rain forecast. So actually, I didn't want to stay, pack up in the wet. Did that last time. Was a bugger to dry out my gear because I'm not fortunate enough to have a garage. So yeah, I decided to pack up and go get some nicotine. Well needed. But next time, I plan to do 2 nights. So keep your eyes peeled. And come on, is it going to get colder? I want to get after these big pike in the pit that's next to this. I want that 33 pounder that was caught a couple of years ago. It's got to be 35, right? Let's see. Plenty more fishing sessions. I'm going to squeeze another Xander in. Oh, hell, I'm so addicted. I'll try and get as much over the Christmas break as I can in for you all. So, as always,
Tight lines, you carpy animals.